Naruto, 10 Most Evil Villains of the Series, Ranked. While some villains in Naruto, like Itachi, were victims of their circumstances, others were purely evil. Masashi Kishimoto's Naruto is a story of ninja, where a boy named Naruto Uzumaki aims to become the greatest ninja and attain the position of his village's Hokage. Being a story with some extremely powerful ninja, there are bound to be villains who are just as capable. In fact, Naruto has some of the most incredibly written villains in fiction. Despite being characters who are hated, Kishimoto's villains have a certain level of humanity to them, making them stand out even more. While some villains in Naruto, like Itachi, were victims of their circumstances, others were purely evil. 10. Hayden enjoyed killing others simply for fun. Hayden was a member of the Akatsuki and one of the strongest characters in the entire organization. Being a member of the Jashin cult, Hayden was offered immortality in exchange for his sacrifices in the name of his god. Although fans often sympathize with the conditions of some villains in the story, Hayden certainly isn't one of them. Everything about him was sinister and he paid for his evil ways by falling to Shikamaru Nara in an extremely intense battle. 9. Sasori made human puppets, considered it art. Sasori was once a ninja of Sunagakure who was considered to be a genius, but after the events of the Third Great Ninja War, he defected from the village and joined the Akatsuki. He kidnapped the third Kazekage of his village and turned him into a human puppet. He did the same with countless other humans by killing them, removing their organs, and making puppets out of them. In fact, he had turned himself into a puppet as well. Regardless of his thinking, Sasori was very twisted and evil. 8. Pain killed thousands just to make his enemies feel hopeless. Pain was an incredibly powerful villain, often considered to be the best in the story. While he was certainly a victim of war and loss, Pain was evil nonetheless. Instead of preventing the misery from falling onto others, he ensured the rest felt the same as him and worse. He abducted Jinchuriki and killed countless people. Just to show fear to the Hidden Leaf Shinobi, he destroyed an entire village and killed countless innocent civilians. He was ready to kill everyone close to Naruto because he had experienced it himself. And although one could sympathize with his past, his actions couldn't be ignored. 7. Kabuto Yakushi followed in Orochimaru's footsteps. Kabuto was an Orochimaru follower and was evil just like him. Akin to most Naruto villains, Kabuto had a story behind him and there was a reason as to why he acted the way that he did. However, his actions weren't justifiable. Kabuto had killed countless people and at the same time, dug up the graves of others for the preparation of the Edo Tensei. He brought people's loved ones back to life just so they could fight against each other while he enjoyed the chaos that ensued. Kabuto was certainly a very evil villain until he finally turned good. 6. Orochimaru was one of the evilest people to exist. Easily one of the biggest villains, Orochimaru was extremely evil right from his very first appearance. He preyed on kids who had great potential and used them to his advantage. He was at the helm of countless human experiments which led to the death of numerous people. Orochimaru even attacked the same village that he was born in and killed his teacher who loved him dearly. He was ready to kill anyone who crossed his path and was undoubtedly one of the evilest characters in the story. 5. Danzo's cruelty knew no bounds. Danzo was an elder of Konohagakure who was once the comrade of Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage. Unlike Hiruzen, Danzo had some very questionable methods that involved a lot of cruelty. He was primarily responsible for some of the greatest tragedies, such as the death of Yahiko and even the Uchiha clan massacre. Danzo didn't even help the dying people of his village when Pain attacked the village. And he only planned to either kill or manipulate those who crossed his path. 4. Obito Uchiha pushed the world into chaos with his actions. Obito was once a kind-hearted boy, but Rin's death certainly changed him. He became one of the biggest villains in the story and manipulated numerous people such as Nagato Uzumaki and even the fourth Mizukichi. Obito killed innumerable people just to see a world of dreams come to fruition. He attacked his own village, killed his teacher and his innocent wife, and almost killed a baby that was just born. He slaughtered countless people in the Fourth Great Ninja War just to show despair to Naruto. While he redeemed himself, his past was never erased nor forgotten. 3. Madara Uchiha was evil through. Just like Obito Uchiha, Madara wanted a world of peace, but his way of going about it was completely wrong. Madara manipulated people just to get his way. He had Rin killed so Obito would join his side, then manipulated Obito to do his bidding for him. He killed an entire battalion of shinobi just to test his strength and brought down a meteorite to crush them. Madara tested the Ten Tails' power on human lives for fun and made the future of the world much worse. 2. Black Zetsu was the will of Kagaya Otsutsuki. Black Zetsu became one of the biggest villains of the story and he revealed himself to be the will incarnate of Kagaya Otsutsuki. He was given life by Kagaya and for centuries, he was working to get his mother back to her former glory. Zetsu turned Indra on Azura and continued to do the same with their descendants. He changed the contents of the stone tablet, led to the creation of the Akatsuki, and eventually was the biggest reason for the Fourth Great Ninja War to break out. Truly, he was nothing but evil. 1. Kagaya Otsutsuki was the true villain of the entire story. Kagaya Otsutsuki was the final and the strongest antagonist of Naruto, along with being one of the evilest characters in the story. Kagaya wanted to be worshipped as a goddess, and when her children were born with chakra, she turned on her very own blood. She wanted to kill them, along with all the others alive at the point. Kagaya used infinite Tsukimi to turn innocent people into white Zetsu to serve in her mindless army. She created Black Zetsu and paved the way for almost everything bad that has happened in the story.